Hello. Hello and welcome to episode number 2 of the show. Maybe called In the House. In the House. We're in the house. And again, with me today, tonight, this morning, whatever it may be, we got the lovely Ronald Young.
What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a good night.
Oh, man. So, hope everybody's been doing tight things, being tight, being good and being tight.
Toy.
Ron, how was your weekend or week? This is the weekend, so yeah, how was your week?
My week was fairly uneventful. Not much going on this week.
Yeah?
Not as cool as last week, that's for sure. Just a lot of traffic, and I might be selling a house here soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Doing it, eh?
Yeah. It's right around the corner, actually.
Huh.
Just got
I thought, did you say you, like, busted through, like, a hole in the thing or whatever?
Oh, no, not my house.
Oh.
This is for real estate.
Oh, selling a house, not your house.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I did bust through my basement wall by mistake. I'm not the handiest of guys.
Handy guys. Well, yeah, I was going to say that. How'd you end up doing that with that happening? But I guess that all makes sense. Just in case you guys are unaware or just, forgot, feel free to comment, in this live stream, and we'll answer as soon as we see them, if I can remember to check them all here and there. But feel free to be a part of the show. I would appreciate it. It'd be nice to see and or hear from you. Just like this is episode 2, so still establishing stuff, but it's just it's supposed to be a bunch of guys hanging out, shooting the shit, entertaining you the best we can with what kind of stories and craziness we got going on. So yeah, you guys got anything to say? We want to hear it. We want to know. But my week just got crazier. If you didn't watch the first stream, I talked about just my HR issues I had going on at work, which led to me not working the following day, which led to this week, me going in Monday and having to sign 2 write-up slips. Like, what? One was for the HR incident, which, if you ask me, it's not needed, and it was just another flex on this person's part to show me who's got the power. But then my other write-up, which I didn't understand, I don't want to say exactly where I work. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But there's this place that they specifically told me they didn't want me walking through. COVID, there's old people around, and, I get it. And they didn't want stuff left out in the hallways, which makes sense. Old people, it's tripping fall hazards. I get it. And with the job I do, these customers can be very specific with things. And when you're not allowed by the place you're delivering to or whatever you're doing to walk through this place, there's not much you could do. And I was new to this area, and I did what the people told me to do, even though these specific things told me to do something else. But I was just trying to follow rules, and I did this for about 4 days. And then finally, one of the customers at this place I went to came down and flipped out on me and told me she's already called on me 4 times. And I tried explaining to this person, like, look, this person that runs this place that, you're staying in doesn't want me to do this, despite what, it says for me to do. And I apologize. And, oh, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they don't know what's going on, and they don't know what's best for me. And with how my job works, if you get multiple infractions, you get in trouble. Well, it got to the point where I was going to this place and calling back to headquarters like, hey, what do you guys want me to do in this situation? Because they're telling me one thing, and I don't want to get in trouble for not doing what this is telling me to do. And they don't know what's going on, so I just try to make the best of it and sneak in and do my thing. And lo and behold, a week later, I'm going to work, like I said, Monday, and I'm getting written up for these infractions. So it's like, okay, cool, whatever, that sucks. You guys knew about this. Why is this a thing? Like, I called you guys all the time. Why is this a thing? They had nothing they could say to me. So it's like, okay, so I go home. And I had to retake this course, whatever. It was bullshit. It was pretty silly. But whatever, did it. Going Tuesday to work. Dude's looking at me like, did you not read the email? I was like, no, I went in the email. I did that link you told me to do. And, I did it. I'm thorough. That's how I do it. So, yeah, I'm here today. He's like, read the email. I was like, fine. Open up the email, blah, 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 blah. 4-day mandatory suspension.
Oh,
it's like,
man.
dude, I can barely even miss a day with how life is right now, with everything going on. And now it's just like, well, I already missed last Thursday. Cool, thank you for that. Flexing your muscle, just being a bitch. When this could have just been a very simple, non-confrontational thing. And just blows up into another 5 days of suspension.
That's ridiculous, man.
But it just gets worse. So here I am trying to make the best of my suspension. Just hanging out at the house, trying not to think about it. But, how can you not think about something like this, man? This is pretty big thing. Like, I'm living on my own in this big house. It's not cheap. So, trying to make the best of it, which, whatever. And then I get this call, like, I was told weeks back that there's going to be people coming to my house that I am renting currently to look at it because the owner wants to sell it. Well, I asked the guy, hey, that's cool. What does that mean for me? He's like, you could still rent it. Don't worry. You could renew your lease. It's like, okay, cool. Nothing to worry about. Flash forward to, Wednesday. These people call me. They want to do a showing. I was like, fine. They come in the house. There's this lady and her son. It's cool, whatever. Just being very nice. Like, hey, this is what's cool about this place. This is what really sucks about it. It's probably going to need new. Blah, blah, blah. And then it just hit me. It's like, I had this feeling. And I'm just going to ask. So at the end of everything, it's like, hey. So if you buy this house, are you still going to rent it out? Or are you planning on moving in for yourself? They're like, oh, we're going to move in. It's like, oh, yeah, okay, all right, cool. Well, no, yeah, you're going to love it here. The neighbors are cool, blah, blah, blah. So then, as soon as they left, I called immediately my rental company. And they're like, hello. I'm like, hello. So, why was I told when this sold I could renew my lease? And now these people are telling me they're about to move in, and my lease is up in May. So it's like, so do I need to find somewhere new to go? Do you know
if they made an offer?
No, I did hear though the lady talking to the realtor, and though there's other houses, but the guy wants to be there. When you go through it, it's kind of like this situation. So I know she was going to go look at a couple more.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. It just caught me off guard and freaked me out. So when I came to the company with this, they were just like, yeah, we don't know what to tell you. We don't know. It's like, I have to talk to my boss tomorrow. I was like, okay, cool. I'll be home.
Well, they have to honor your lease, so.
I would hope so.
Yeah, so you have at least until that's up.
Well,
to figure something out.
Well, I hope so. But then, flash forward to the next day, didn't hear anything. It's getting late in the afternoon, and I'm just sitting here just stewing like, what's gonna happen now? Like, this week is just not getting any better. Like, I can't assume that it's gonna get better now.
No.
So they don't call me. So I reach out to them, and I'm just like, look, I'm going to assume that in May my lease is up, that the house is going to sell, so I'm just going to start looking for somewhere else to stay. And man, it's like, I've been here for a year. I'm finally getting settled in. It's so nice. Got my little things I like to do. Lay by the heater, watch the TV. Like, I don't know. And this is a pretty cool place. Like, if it became illegal to grow here, this would be one of the best houses for that. And aside with it, for music, got the studio up here. It's perfect for just about everything for me and what I needed to do and be. Having a garage, awesome. But it's like, man, I had plans to stay here for at least like 3 or 4 years. I was ready for the long haul. This was a great place, and it's just getting shit on left and right. So yeah, the housing people don't know what the fuck's going on. No one knows what's happening, and it's been a crazy week for me.
Yeah, best case scenario, you get somebody who wants to keep it as a rental, and then you can deal with them. So.
Yeah, I looked online and saw my house was on the market, like $94,000. Like, damn. Ain't that about a bitch?
Seems about right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's never any water damage. Like, I mean, it could rain like crazy. It doesn't leak. It's pretty solid, but still, it's like, God, man, this is... and moving sucks. Moving is the worst.
Yeah.
It's so bad. And especially like with all the stuff I got at least a full house worth of stuff. It just in the studio alone that just I really don't look forward to it. And it's just like so close. It's right around the corner. It's like 3 months, not even. So my week's been a bit of a bitch slap nuts, basically.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I mean, that could go a lot of ways. That's tough. But yeah, and I can't believe your work's doing that to you. That's bullshit.
It was such a simple thing. It's like, hey, take me out of this thread. Very easy. It's the future. It's on computers. I'm sure it's just like click, click, done. But to just turn it into something like, hey, can you do this for me? It'd be really nice. To, hey, you're not going to have a job if you say another word. Like, what? I just,
Yeah, I mean, for somebody to just come in like that and then just start making group text messages. And when did she send that? Like, it was like the middle of the night or what?
Well, no. It's not when she sent it. It's just what they were about and what she claimed that they were. It was like, hey, and we have set schedules, so everybody's supposed to work at this time, all the time, the same time. So, cool. But, our start time did change. It went from like 9:30 to 9:15, whatever, cool. But she was claiming that these messages she sent out were to help and better the company. Which right away, it's like, so you firing me for, asking you to take me out of this is helping the company. Someone that is reliable, always on time, never miss a day, never ever calls off. So it's like, right there, it's just like, you're full of shit. But secondly, it's like, okay, let's break these texts down. Okay, hey, we start at this time now. I get it. It's cool. You want to send that to people? You can make groups in this work texting app, or you could do it just general where everybody will see it. So it's like, cool. Hey, you want to put that our work time changed? Put it in the general for everybody. I get it. It's fine. But when you have a group for every day of the week, and when that day hits, it's not even the day before. It's like the day of. It's like, hey, guys, I work Monday. You work Monday. We'll see you Monday. Be there Monday. It's like, who is this for? Are we 2-year-olds? Like, what is this? So, I didn't say anything the first day. Maybe I did. Maybe I was like, what is this? And then, Tuesday rolls around. I was like, hey, guys, they work on Tuesday, you work Tuesday. Make sure you're here Tuesday. We'll see you on Tuesday. I was like, what is this and why is this?
You think something like that, they'd say something at work, like, hey, we got this new system we're doing, and we want to just give you a heads up so you know what it is.
Well, her reasoning behind doing the weekly, daily texts like that is to remind people that they work and to be here. And my argument to that, being a manager before and having experience with things, it's like, look, those are the people you want to weed out of the business. You don't want to help these people that just don't care to come in. Like, what? You're not doing favors for anybody. In fact, that's maybe you could see it as hurting the company. Like, you're just keeping these idiots that might have forgotten or just don't care enough to know the exact day every week that they're supposed to work. So it's just like she got mad and just flipped out.
Wasting everybody's time.
She just took it as me being hostile towards her when it's like, hey, look, it might be better if you don't send these for those people, because if you can't be adults enough to remember you work the same day every week, the same times every week, it's just like... But I told her specifically, it's like, look, you are making me feel like you think I'm an idiot. And it's like, you're making me feel like a piece of shit. So just take me out of this. Oh, no, you won't? Oh, you're going to... She specifically said, I'm going to keep you in these. It's like, wow. Again, could have just been like, click, done, over with, moved on. Everybody's still good with each other.
She just wants everybody to know that she has this power, and she's using it as an example.
Yeah, and it just sucks because, you know, it's weird in life that I chose this job to kind of be so work-oriented, like, just all about it. You know, I've had other jobs, and you call off, you don't really give a shit, but it's like I'm getting older, and, you know, the pay is pretty decent for what it is, and it's like, you know, I don't want to lose the job, and so, you know, never called off, just always there, just, I don't know.
Working
I actually
hard.
gave a shit, yeah, you know, and then it figures that this is the crazy shit that happens when you do that.
They don't see it. I mean, I worked for places like that before. When I was managing, they passed me up for like 3 promotions and gave them to people, and they'd just come up to me and be like, hey, how do you work the computer? And it's like, how do you have your job?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean, how do you work the computer? You were hired 3 months before me. And now you have a solid manager position, and I'm still looking for one. Okay, cool.
Well, what's crazy is I also reached out, because when you have a problem with HR, like, who do you go to? There was really no one. Like, I couldn't reach out to anybody.
Who's
And
the
because
HR for
the
HR?
company I work for works for a whole nother company, it's just like I can't even go to that company. So it's like I reached out to the owner because I didn't know what else to do. And the craziest part was, like, he sided with this HR person. And I was like, how can, like, and I even told him, like, go back and read everything. It's like, it'll be there. And he sided with her, and I didn't understand until I looked back at my conversation with this HR person, and all of her threats and all of the things that were pretty negative that an HR person shouldn't say to an employee, all of it was gone. It was just, all you saw was my stuff. And eventually, like, I didn't start off hostile. I was very decent about it. It was just, I mean, it was nothing. It's like, hey, can you just take me out of it? So it started from that to me, at one point, getting kind of fed up with this power trip bullshit, being like, well, hey, if you ask me, you're sending me these nonsense texts because you're running out of stuff to do over there. And, you know, I could have been way worse about it. There's a lot I wanted to say, but, you know, I kind of kept it light. But, you know, that's all that this owner is reading. So, I don't know.
They'll come to their senses, you know?
I
mean,
don't think they will, man.
it'll be too late for you, but eventually they're going to notice, like, okay, this person seems to be more of the problem than the 5 people we've had to fire because of this person.
I mean, the problem with it is that we're a dime a dozen, and they could just fire all 6 of us and hire 6 other people, and just when they get to be, you know, whatever, an issue or just even on their radar and they don't want to deal with it, it's like, yeah, we'll get rid of them, we'll get 5 more people. Like, they can just keep going through people. It's such a big company and so fast paced, and a lot of people quit on their own anyway. But I mean, it's just I see them that'd just be better. It's like, oh, he's a thorn in my side. I'd rather not deal with this anymore. Let's get rid of him. Get rid of her.
I mean, eventually you're gonna run out of people willing to do that menial labor stuff.
I don't know, man.
Or you're gonna get a reputation as a company that just goes through employees like paper.
Well, that's the thing. Like, nobody really knows that these companies work for this main company. Everybody thinks it's that company, but it's not. It's several different little groups doing this stuff for the big company, but they have the big company's logo all over everything, so it's like you really wouldn't know.
Huh.
Yeah, so that's the other part of it. So
well, that big company gets a bad name too, from what I hear. So
well, yeah, fucking companies.
Oh, the corporate machine.
It's just so bizarre, man. And it sucks because there's these other people that are really good people that I'd like to work for, and they're a growing business. They got their story is pretty inspiring. And I would love to help them out. Like, I got skills that they're looking for that they could really use. Like, I'm a born leader, but it's just the pay isn't there. And like I said, they're still so fresh, and it's just like I really can't as much as I would love to. And that's the thing that sucks because they're good people. They're great. I know they take care of me. They already have with what else I've been doing for them. But it's just like, man, and that's how companies like the one I work for kind of keep people, and it's rough. It's a rough world, man.
Yeah, you can't compete with those big conglomerates, those huge companies with all their money to throw around.
No, you
and then
can't.
they lobby for laws that are in their favor that seem to be helping out the little guy too, but in the long run, the little guy ends up working for the big guy.
Yeah. Like I figured out that I could actually, if I just had a little bit of money, do it myself. But you have to have so many things to get started. It's like, I don't know if I can get that many, maybe 2. But it'd be nice to kind of be like one of the businesses that work for them.
Right.
Myself. I think you only need 4 vehicles at the very least to get started with that. And then you're in. And with what I hear that those dudes get paid per delivery, or whatever they do, it's some pretty big money, and it would be smart to be one of those guys.
Yeah, I mean,
Takes money to make money. That ain't a joke.
yeah, it does.
On a positive note, though, I did do some things with this time. Finally, making some big decisions. One of them, I'm still trying to figure out. Which I don't know is good or not, but thinking about moving to Michigan on this move. Like, I'm gonna have to move. Why not?
You've been wanting to do that.
Yeah, dude, it'd be nice to grow some weed, a plant, and not have to worry about like doors getting kicked in and just.
I think you still have to worry about doors getting kicked in because of the feds. So.
Just like you saw it, we went to me and him went to this High Times event. It was it was awesome. And we're in this like 20-mile long line, and you see these dudes walking past cops with boxes, just the plants, just like you just see these plants like waving around, and they're just
that's
probably
the
like
locals though.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, if I lived out there, I'd be allowed to do all that.
Awesome.
And that's what I mean. It'd be nice to have a couple different strains.
Handed a police officer a joint too. If I remember.
Sure they did. It's High Times event. It's legal out there. You could grow it.
It's insane.
But it would just be nice. I feel like I would really love doing something like that.
Yeah.
But so that's kind of a big decision. But on the other hand, it's like if I could find a place, whether it's rent to own or just like a house like this one. I went recently and just got my school transcripts, and I haven't had my diploma for so long from constant moving around, and I just lost it. So I got my school diploma back, I got my transcripts, and I think I'm going to go to the Pipe Fitters Union and maybe, try to get paid like $50-something an hour in 5 years.
Okay.
So I just got all that, so we'll see what happens. If I stick around, I'm definitely going to do that.
You got some irons in the coals. you got to stay positive throughout this, man. They're not gonna come down on you too hard with the at work. I don't think.
I mean, this is pretty bad.
Well, it's just you get through the suspension. Who knows? Maybe you're back on your feet. And another positive thing is, whoever purchases this home it might not be that those people who want to move in.
True. Very
could
true.
be somebody willing to rent it out to you.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, yeah, there are negative aspects to what's going on, but also you got to look at the bright side because it might not go that way. And, I mean, living in Michigan's probably sweet if you want to grow, but you wouldn't be around your dudes, man. You wouldn't have your boys in town.
And here's the thing that I was thinking about that too. Like, that would definitely really suck. Like, you guys are my bros, my family. Like, I'm pretty close with all of the people that are my friends, you know. Trust a lot of you guys in my house if I'm not here, just doing whatever. I got one of my friends downstairs right now, probably spilling pizza sauce on my carpet. But that's just how we roll around here.
I think he's sleeping.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. He probably's taking a bite of pizza, passed out, just hit his face, rolled down, rolling. It's probably on the carpet, and he rolled on it like 7 times by now, and just. So I'm sure I'll be cleaning that up. I mean, it's funny because like earlier today when John was over or whatever, like Dane just pulled the same shit he always did, just started choking me out. We started wrestling and just spill pop everywhere. It's like, man. Some shit just does not change.
Oh, man.
But yeah, just like pop all over my couch and all on the floor, and I'm trying to clean it up. He's still trying to choke me out.
He's got to do his UFC moves, man.
Yeah, he's pent up, you know. I just got that pent up. Just needs to choke a motherfucker out at some point. That's just how he rolls. But we're family. That's what we do. We choke each other out when the other person absolutely wants nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Man. But reminiscing, I totally forgot
Constantly
what we were even talking about now because I'm pretty throwed at the moment. Did the fattest Durgle before the show.
Fat Durgle.
Fat Durgle! But talking about some crazy stuff, I guess. I was just reminiscing how I was helping my buddy Dane. I was helping him move one of his boss's stuff. And, you know, going through school, growing up, you hear about the KKK and just all this terrible stuff that happened in the past. And it's one thing to hear about it and see all these videos and stuff, but it's another thing to actually see it in front of your face. And I remember just going to his house, and it was like this guy had some money. Like, I guess it was Dane's boss at some point, whatever. I probably shouldn't even say name. Allegedly, a person I know's boss.
I mean, Dane's not guilty by association.
Well, I know, but if for some reason that guy ever watches and sees him on here and there's like,
that's true. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I don't know all the rules of these streaming things.
But, yeah, that's crazy. I mean...
Dude, we pulled down some boxes and opened them up, and just there's
people.
all this, like, Nazi memorabilia and just, like, real outfits and suits. And then you just see, like, the white hood and just, like, the KKK robe. And I'm like, hey.
It was this guy's?
Oh, yeah, it was his. And his father was also big into it. And what's weird is this guy had some little kids, and you look at the guy interacting with his family, and you would never think that this guy hates so much. But when you pull down a box and you feel this outfit, and then I'm afraid, like, uh-oh, am I an accessory to maybe murder now because I touched this hood? Like, it really scared me, and just seeing all this stuff, it's like I was kind of nervous being there. It was like one of the few times I've ever been like, man, I'm kind of glad I'm white right now because this is the scariest thing I have ever seen in person.
Bigots make everybody nervous.
But seeing, like, the Nazi uniform and just, like, just touching the medals and the things that were on the front pocket and shit, just like, dude, this is real. This is the craziest stuff ever. Oh, my God. Like, is this guy going to kill me? I don't know. It was pretty scary.
you're safe. It's everybody else that's got to worry.
And what's weird is, you know, you expect someone like that to just really, I guess, kind of not give a fuck, or me anyway. And you know, I have a foul mouth, which I need to apologize for the first video. It's kind of, I've had some stuff going on, so I was dropping a lot of F-bombs and curse words. And
we've swore 4 times this episode.
Oh, man. And I forgot what was I just saying?
I don't know. Something about some racist
guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So the weird part was, you know, seeing this guy, you think he'd just be like a crude, just like not hold anything back and just like black people and Jews and blah, blah, blah. But this guy, like, barely ever swore. He was very well spoken. He is very intelligent, man. And it's just like, those are the scariest kind of dudes, because it's like, what are you planning in that head? Why aren't you being what I assume these people are like? This is...
I mean, they have to be secretive. If they weren't secretive, they wouldn't be wearing masks, right?
I guess you got a point. But, you know, it doesn't even seem like that dude hated anybody. He seemed like a pretty decent, like, upstanding citizen.
Maybe it was like he used to feel that way, but then, like the guy in American History X, he was raped in prison by his own kind, and then the black guys saved him, and so he liked black guys now.
Well, do you think he would keep all that stuff still, though? If you wanted nothing to do with that kind of life or anything, and your father was big into it too, don't you think you just distance yourself from all of that stuff as much as possible? Like burn it or throw it away or sell it?
I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe if it was my dad's, I wouldn't. Because, like, oh, man, and your dad dies, you got that. This is unfortunately, the only thing I have left of my father is his KKK uniform and his Nazi uniform.
His Nazi paraphernalia. And this dude had a shit ton of guns, too. And, like, this is old guns and old swords and, like, guns with bayonets and shit. So I'm guessing it's whoever owned that Nazi uniform.
I don't think they're mutually exclusive. I don't think everybody who has guns also has racist memorabilia.
Well, it could have been his father's from the war.
Yeah.
And kept all of his old stuff and outfit. I don't know, man, but it caught me off guard.
I would have been caught off guard, too. I would have not wanted to help very much anymore.
And on top of it, it's like, has this guy really killed people? Am I talking to a dude that's taken people's lives before? I don't know.
He's definitely been involved.
It's like, if he knows I saw this stuff, is he going to kill me for knowing and maybe telling people?
Has he burned a cross in front of someone's house?
I know he builds houses and garages for people or
then
whatever.
He knows how to build crosses.
Yeah. So maybe that's where he got into it.
Not that it's hard, though.
He built like a wooden cross one day and burned it. Like, hey, I could build shit.
We could build. Oh, look at that! Kind of looks like a house.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make light of it. It was a really bizarre thing to see, and I was definitely way younger, and just a new kind of fear. It was
I've
very
known
bizarre.
Bigots and just racists in general, but never any that had a box of KKK memorabilia.
Shoot. Well,
can we say that? Are we allowed to say?
I don't
feel like
know.
we shouldn't even promote that.
But all I saw of that was just like the robe, like the hood and the robe, and then everything else was just Nazi everything.
Crazy.
And even one of the weapons, I'm pretty sure one of the swords, like that had like a metal thing around the hands, just had swastikas and stuff on it. It was kind of scary, man.
He had a Nazi fist.
I don't know what they're called.
I don't know. I'm just making that up. I don't know what it's called either.
But you see this stuff in the books, and it's like, yeah, that happened. That's terrible. Like, but when you see these things in front of you that may have been warned to commit some of those things you saw in the books, which is just atrocious. It's
at this point, I feel like this whole conversation is gonna get us kicked off of every service.
Maybe.
These guys are talking about
just being real, just talking about my experiences in life.
Klans people.
I could talk about how I drank a bunch of moonshine, a 3-liter jug.
Holy crap.
Somehow didn't die. Definitely eventually puked a whole bunch, but
surprised you still have your vision.
I went on a razor scooter around Parma, completely naked around a couple blocks. We can talk about that.
I don't remember that.
Oh, you weren't there for that. This is at one of my buddy Dave's house in Parma, and that's actually coincidentally where I was raped as well.
Man, you were raped?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's another crazy story, I guess.
By a man?
No.
I take it?
Well, she kind of, I don't have the highest of standards, one could say, sometimes. Especially in my younger days. It's just like, sure, whatever, all right. But, sometimes you got that line and you're like, no. Well, before we started drinking the moonshine, she's like one of two girls that have ever come to me like, hey, like you. I want to do some things. And it's like, that's one of the few times also I was like, nah. My wife. No, but,
no, thank you.
So, yeah, just kind of brushing her off all night, let her know I was not interested, and kept drinking the moonshine. And when I get drunk, I've never been mad or angry or started fights. I just get naked. It's weird. I don't get it, but it's just what happens.
A lot of people are like that, though. I've been to a lot of parties where people just end up naked.
Just get naked.
It's okay.
Yeah, I don't hurt anybody. I just get naked because I think it's funny. Wieners are funny.
They are pretty funny.
But anyways, I just started, like, this dude brought this 3-liter jug over. He made it himself. We started drinking it. And eventually I kind of just, like, bogart the jug and start chugging it and get crazy. Next thing I know, I'm on the neighbor's roof with a razor scooter, naked. And I razor off the roof and just, like, crash on the ground. I'm sure it hurt really bad. But I was in a different universe, just drunk out of my mind. And then people tried to chase me because I think they were trying to see if I was all right. I was like, no, you're not gonna get me. You won't get me. So I skated out and around the block a couple times. Like, I had some balls, man. I would never do that.
Did those people have
now.
badges?
No, they were all the people that was at the party. Thank God. But it's weird because it's Parma. It's like Ridge Road at one point, and then when I got to the other side of the corner, it was Pearl Road. So it's like, and I did a couple laps. And it's like, that place is notorious for having cops all around it. Like, so.
Oh, that Dave. Okay, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and so eventually I made it back to the place, and that's when the liquor really started to kick in, because, I was being active, breathing hard, blood pumping. Next thing I wake up, the buddy's house I was at, he has this garage, and it had this big-ass room up top. Nothing fancy or nice. It was a room, and it had a couch up there. And I just remember, like, opening my eyes and seeing this girl, and then, like, running to the window and puking. And then, like, I'd wake up, and, like, she was on top of me, and I was like, oh, no, like, no.
Oh, shit.
And then, like, I opened my eyes again, and I just remember being at the window vomiting. And then I opened my eyes again, and she's just, like, on top of me, just having sex with me. And there was nothing I could do. Like, I was out again, blacked out. Then I woke up, and she was doing other things, so I puked on her. And then I just remember waking up, like, the next day. It was a lot of vomiting, but it's just like that girl knew I wanted nothing to do with her. And she just didn't give a crap. She just took all the advantage she could of me.
That story took a turn for the worse.
Yeah, it was pretty messed up. And the weirdest part was, it's just like, I remember every time I woke up, but I just remember also, like, I couldn't, like get off or do anything. I was just dead weight. The only energy went for me realizing what was going on for a moment, and then, like, hey, you should probably get to the window and puke. It was just, and I don't even know how I did that. And I don't even know how I got to the window back to the couch. And I don't even know how anybody could bang someone that I probably had puke all over me, I would imagine. But it was just, there's so much messed up about that situation. But yeah, dudes could definitely get raped. It's really messed up. It's really messed up. But yeah, that happened. Gotta love alcohol.
Oh yeah, that's a good plug.
Yeah, but I mean, I like the destination, but I don't like the ride when it comes to alcohol. Like, it tastes terrible, all of it. But the drunk is great. Like, I like the feeling.
I like to have, like, 1 or 2 beers anymore. I mean, I definitely used to overdrink back in the day.
Yeah.
Never to the point of getting raped that I can remember. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's weird to say this, but, when at least when I would used to think about what it would be like, you don't think of all the terrible stuff. You're just like a dude and just thinking about, oh, a girl banging me. Oh, it wouldn't be so bad. But it's just like, it's not great. It's the worst thing ever. But I just remember, being naive and stupid. Like, what's so bad with someone trying to bang you? Like, just stupid. But,
Yeah, the way you describe it, I wouldn't want it.
no. It's,
Hopefully I'm just too drunk to remember anything like that.
I was grateful for all of that. Well, I guess I'm glad I don't really remember any of it. It sucks. I wish I wouldn't have remembered even seeing her at all in any of those positions. Just wish I would have just woke up, like, what happened? And then you could tell me about it, like, yeah, right, whatever.
Get out of here.
I'll wash this puke off, whatever. But it's just like, you see it, it's happening. It's like, you can't stop it.
All I can think about right now is, like, those flashes of Marla Singer in Fight Club.
Yeah.
Where he doesn't know he's, like, screwing her.
Yeah.
It's like, I just had this weird dream that I was banging Marla Singer. Like, oh, yeah, no, you did.
Yeah, you were there.
That was you.
But I don't like doing things where I don't have control. Like smoking weed, you're still in control.
Yeah.
Being on acid, you still have control, but your mind kind of goes in its own way. But you're still kind of, at least I was, I enjoy it, and I can still be fine pretty much, even on large amounts of that. But drinking, man, just even when you're not blackout drunk, you lose a lot of control. And I don't like it. And I don't like feeling like shit the next day for anything I do. And alcohol is just one of those things.
Oh, yeah, it'll do that. I mean, it wasn't from the weed, but when I smoke too much and then I eat too much junk food, the next day I'm like, oh, crap, what did I do? Yeah, if I eat, like, because we used to fucking go get, like, pounds of candy. Just smash it. Like,
you live next to me and Sweeties, man. How can you not do that stuff all the time?
And then I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh, like, I don't know, like I was going through like sugar withdrawal or something. Just just smoking way too, like, I don't know. I don't think it was the weed or the sweets. I think it was the combination of the two. Like smoking way too much and then just having like my entire body weight in Sunkist chews or like Starbursts and all of that, and then just waking up and like not being able to move my left arm.
What?
Like, like,
weird.
I think I have diabetes.
That's weird because my other buddy Sam has the same issues. He could just smash a bunch of food. He just wakes up feeling like garbage. And you got me over here who doesn't eat any fruits, barely eats vegetables unless they're in Chinese food or whatever. And it's just like I eat nothing but fast food and drink nothing but pop. It's just like I wake up every morning. It's like, all right, like, let's have some more pop. Let's have some Pop-Tarts. And it's just like it never. I mean, not yet. I'm sure one day I'm just gonna fall apart and just like
I've got to the point where I have to drink a bottle of water before bed, or I wake up and my ankles are sore. Just, oh man, yeah. And then I gotta chug another bottle of water, and then after that, I go to my coffee and I feel right again.
I blame it on being German, built well.
I'm German too. What are you talking about?
Well, maybe I'm just a little more German. I got a little more of that Germains in me.
Possibly.
Germain!
I'm German and like English, and then like every other country in Europe. Like you got I can't even remember all the crap I'm like Czech and I don't know. This is going to be boring.
Baby, 1,
boring.
2, 3,
I'm not
4.
going to list all that stuff.
I am this guy and this guy and I am this guy.
Just throw a dart at a map of Europe. I probably got that in my blood.
Interesting. So I think on show 4 I'm gonna do a giveaway. a giveaway, but it's going to involve some participation on your parts if you want to be a part of it. And
you got to get involved.
Slim Jim. But episode 3, I'll probably talk a little more about it. But it's going to be a thing. So tell your grandma and tell everybody. Even your pet turtle. I highly suggest your pet turtle.
Oh, definitely pet turtles.
Definitely.
Pet turtles are our number one demographic.
Yeah, I mean, I've shaken so many baby turtle hands.
Kissing the baby turtles.
Kissing the baby turtles, shaking adult turtle hands. I'm sorry.
Adult turtle hands, yeah.
Yeah, man, you got me thinking about candy sacks.
Turtle.
Even when I was, I had a homeless
sacks.
phase. I got kicked out the day before Christmas Eve, whatever, and eventually my car got towed that I was living out of and had to live in the woods. And even when I was in the woods, living and barely eating every couple days, I always managed to have just a candy sack, just full of just bullshit goodness, especially Sunkissed Gems.
That had to make it a little bit better.
Well, until the candy was gone.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, well, I got a little bit of resin in this bowl I can make last for 25 days. It was intense. That could be... We'll talk about the homeless days another day.
Yeah.
Maybe episode 3 we'll talk about the homeless days.
Yeah, we're past our depressing segments. We got to get into the fun stuff. We talked about terrible jobs and crazy bosses.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go back. Can't go back now. No looking back. Forward.
Oh, and I still haven't got to mention this, and every time I'm driving I think about it. I have definitely some kind of weird road rage, being that most of my jobs are driving and I'm on the road all the time. Even when I'm not being a responsible driver, I'm still being very responsible.
Yeah.
And by that I mean when I drive about 100 miles an hour, I don't kill people. Well, at least not yet. Or I've never even been close. But anyway, if you're in the goddamn speeding lane and a guy's behind you, get the fuck over for a second. Just for a second. Let him pass you and get back in the lane if you so choose. But if there's somebody behind you and you are in the fast lane, you are wrong.
I'm that guy.
You are wrong. Get out of the fast lane or at least just move.
I get over.
Yeah.
I always get over. I'm like, I'm bad that I have to get over, but I get over.
I just don't
like,
get
this guy's coming up fast. I got to get the fuck over.
What's so hard about this is like you have one fast lane. And in it, you are to be fast. And if there's somebody behind you, hey, guess what? You're not fast. And so what if you're going 70 in a 60? Yeah, you're speeding, cool. But guess what? You're not going fast enough because there's a guy behind you. So move over, be responsible, let him go in front of you and get the ticket, and get back in the lane and whatever. But man, it's just when you got people that just sit in there and then you got 3 cars blocking everything and you can't get by. And it's not even like I have somewhere to be. It's just driving in general. It's just like, please, just get out of my way. Speed up or slow down and get over. And you can move right back when I get past you because there's no one behind me because I'll just go in about 100 and you got some time until somebody else gets here. But man, it's so aggravating and I don't like to be the guy to complain all the time, but Jesus.
Traffic's awful. No, every aspect of it. Like I was the other day, I was backing out of my driveway. Okay,
All right.
I look down.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't a freaking soul on my street.
Yeah.
And by the time I went the 3 feet down my driveway, there was already some guy honking at me. And my street's 25.
Oh yeah. It's a brick street too.
He had to be going 50 miles per hour for me to just look. I just look, nobody, start backing out. Then he's there honking at me like, where did this guy come from? Like kids live on this street. It's not, you don't need to go that fast down the street. And then he looks at me like it's my problem. Like I'm the reason that this happened. And it's like, well, no, in the time that you look left, you go, okay, nobody's coming. Right? Nobody's coming. All right, left again. Oh crap, somebody's coming. That shouldn't happen. Like, and oh man. And then I pulled out the other day because that's really difficult to get out and go left. So I go right. And by the time I'm turning, this truck comes barreling down and he's right on my ass. And we ended up at the same red light. I look at him, I'm like, you moron. And then he's like, and then he had to have read my lips because that pissed him off. He was like, but it's like, dude, had you been going the speed limit, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
pulled out in front of you. Had you been going a normal, like, we're not on the highway. So if you're on the highway, I understand. You go 8. You go as fast as you can go on the highway. It's nothing but cars. But when you're in, like, residential zones, you don't want to be driving like a freaking maniac.
Well, your street's a brick street too, and it's just stupid for like that's your car. You're fucking it up by going that fast down one of those kinds of
It
roads.
was obnoxious. Like, I literally look right and pull out, and in that amount of time, from nobody on my street, there's a dude honking at me like, "Hey man, you're in my way." It's like, oh my god, everywhere. It's just people are getting out of hand, especially when they drive a car.
Yeah.
Tailgating, just
I only do that when I'm in the fast lane. These fuckers are right in front of me, not doing anything. But
I always get out of the way. I make sure that doesn't happen. But when I'm in a residential zone, I'm not. And I'm getting, if somebody feels like they're too close to me, like, I'm just like,
here's my thing. Like, I drive fast pretty much everywhere. But if I see people outside, like in their yards, and I'm approaching them, wherever I am, I will slow down. Because I'm not that asshole that's going to hit some little kid or something because I want to get a McDonald's cheeseburger right away or something. It just, no matter what, if I see people outside, I will slow down. I will give that much respect. But I do, drive fast these things, but I'm not going to ruin my car either. I'm not going to drive like 40 down a brick road. Just no need. That's just insane.
yeah, I know. I mean, the brick road, the mad traffic on Ridge, that's just not the place to be doing it.
I mean, brick roads look cool, but when I was living over there and I was even doing jogging just down the street, it's like I almost twisted my ankle like 25 different times. Like, they look great, but it's like, just cover these streets up. They're cool
I know,
looking,
it's not even
but
like the whole street either. It's because the one city was like, we're getting rid of this brick.
they were taking care of this
And then
issue.
the other city was like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Like, we just don't have the money, but we're going to put in a Starbucks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing that pissed me off over there. Tried to get a rec center pass. They're like, sorry, if you live directly across the street from where you are right now, you'd be able to come in, but because that line is right there.
That's so stupid.
It's like, but look, it's on our street still. It's like literally 15 steps from the front door, if that. You're going to tell me I don't qualify because of that.
And if I call the police, you're going to send somebody from 2 more miles away than if
It's just such a
if I
weird
lived
thing.
across the street.
Such a weird.
Hey,
weird
yeah,
thing.
somebody's trying to kill me. Okay, we gotta redirect this call to District 2 now. It's like, no, but I'm talking to you, and somebody's got a gun to my head. Yeah, you're like 3 streets away. What are you talking about?
3 streets away.
But then it's like, yeah. But then when it comes to like stuff like getting a permit to work on your house, nobody wants to give you one. It's like, no, that's Parma. It's like, no, it isn't. It's old Brooklyn. No, I think that's actually Brooklyn. And you got to call like 50 places. My neighbor was like, yeah, don't even bother getting a work permit. Just do it.
Yeah, that's how you get fucked. You just do the right thing. Fuck what that guy says. Like, oh, you Mr. Work Permit Knowledge Man now? You know everything about work permits and what they'll do and won't do? Well, what if I'm that 1% where they just drive by and do see it? Well, this guy told me. They'll be like, we don't care.
We don't care.
We don't care.
No, I mean, I did the work anyway, and it was fine.
Well,
But
for now.
For now.
Can they come back to your house and be like, hey, we noticed that this wasn't like this before from Google Maps. You want to explain this? Where's your permit?
They probably can, but they don't even know what part of the city we're in to send anybody. So.
And on that note, I don't know why this came into my mind. Like, when it comes to throwing garbage away and certain recyclables, they're like, oh, we'll fine you if you do this and that. It's like, how do you even know? How do you know if I did this thing with my garbage can or put this in my garbage and poured it in? Like,
I just imagine like the garbage trucks have little cameras on them, and they scan the little numbers, and then they watch the refuse.
You know how many
refuge go
houses these
into
people would have to watch? Just
I don't know, man. That's I wanted to protest that so bad.
Like, how are they gonna know if I throw these batteries in here or not? And there's no way. Every street has like so many houses. Just to watch just even one street, one pass of a street would just be.
It's a boring job.
The
but
worst
somebody's gotta
job in
do
the
it.
universe. Those are the people that work in those buildings with the nets built on the outside, so when you try to jump out, they catch you and they bring you back in and put you at your desk. They're like, watch this garbage video all day. Here's your McDonald's.
It's either this. It's either this or HR for you.
Oh, yeah, or you gotta talk to the HR lady. You don't want to do that.
Jeez.
The weird part about that was she came from a different company. No one's ever seen this person. It was funny because one of the first, when we acquired this other company and they merged with us, she sent out one of her awesome texts like, hey, guys, you work on Monday, we'll see you Monday, be there Monday, and I can't wait to see all you guys. My name is this, and I'll be there to say hello to you, Monday staff. It's like, okay, who the fuck is this bitch? It's like, all right, we'll see you on Monday. And I get there Monday. Nobody. You think they'd be just like, hi, I'm this guy, la babadoo.
I'm the one texting you.
Yeah, but you get there, it's like, okay, so
where's the lady?
has anybody seen this bitch yet? Does anybody know where she is? Like, no one's seen her.
She
And
works.
just all you know of this lady is her texts.
She works from home.
That'd be great. How do I get me one of those jobs?
I mean, they're all over the place now. I don't even know.
Dude, I look on Indeed left and right for these like work at home jobs and just nothing great. Just sales, sales, sales. I just want to be the guy that's just like no and yes. And that's all I gotta do. Just for just a bunch of people all day. That'd be great.
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in again?
Yeah. Have you tried plugging it back in again? Oh, the IT crowd. That show's so good.
Yeah, that's.
I wish they would have never stopped.
I watched that too. Like I've watched that like 3 times.
I was gonna say, yeah, I've watched that several times through already, so many times.
Once I get to season 5, episode 1, I get so disappointed because it's like, where's the rest of it? There's one episode in season 5,
Yeah,
and it's such a good show.
it's frustrating because it's that good, and just that gives you that wholesome feeling. And just, I don't know, and the dynamic between the characters was so good.
Yeah,
And I love accents. It's just calming just to hear anyway. So it's like that was just a bonus.
especially Moss's accent.
Yes.
And the dinner party is my favorite episode.
I wish that's one hairstyle, besides facial hair at all that I always wanted was like a fro.
Up front.
But I had like the thinnest white people hair you could imagine, and there's nothing. Even like the closest I could get would be a
That's what I
terrible
got.
perm.
That's what I got under the hat here.
A terrible perm. I thought about it. I was like, maybe I will get a perm with my mom the one day. They smell terrible, but maybe it'll work. Nah, I couldn't go through with it. Now it's just like there's no way in hell that I'll even let my hair get close to long enough to try it. Unless you told me, hey, by the way, when you get this old, it just curls like that, so just grow it. Then I would do it. I would grow a fro immediately. I'm jealous of all you that have fros or that have ever had a fro because they're just so cool.
They want thin hair like us, though. They're like, this fro is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so messed up, man.
I wish
love
I had-
your curls, people.
I wish I had thin hair that was just not there.
Like I love long, straight, black hair on a woman. I also love curly, just bouncing. I love it all. But man, just to have it from myself though, God, it's so cool.
Yeah, I like long hair.
It's like I always just wanted to walk around school with
Down to
pencils
her
in my hair.
thighs.
It's like anything, like put my lunch money in there. It's like I don't need pockets. I got my head.
I've always hated my hair. It's the one thing I look in the mirror and I'm just like, no.
See, I love dyeing it and bleaching it. I would bleach my eyebrows and put green lines in it. I bleach my pubes sometimes and color those just because. I love messing with all that stuff. But
I mean, yeah, but I don't have the hair to do that.
Well, yeah, I mean, anymore. We're getting old, man. About to be 39 on the 14th here. Like, old. I mean, I still can't even get facial hair, just like pubes on my face. It's a bag of dicks.
Yeah, I finally started being able to do that around 30.
Yeah. Well, I started like balding when I was 21, so it's like, hey, when is this gonna happen? When is this gonna happen? Some people have this at like 12. And my nephew might have like a full facial hair when he's 10. Like,
they're out buying beer at 12 years old.
Yeah, it's not fair. It's like I couldn't even buy porno at 25. I had to show ID still. Like, it's like, what do you mean you don't trust me? Look at me. Like, sir, I don't see any facial hair. It's as smooth as a baby's bottom on your face.
Young man,
I don't trust
have to
you.
ask you to leave.
Yeah. Is your mom out in the car, sir? Yeah, it's frustrating. That's the rite of passage of being a man. You get that thick facial hair, just like messes every girl up that you make out with. Their face is just all scraped up after making out. Like, man, gonna go cut down a tree and smoke a cigar. Man, gonna eat some spaghetti and have some left in my beard for later. Like, man. None of that happened. Just like pubes. Just food just rolls through it and falls through it onto the ground. Not a man. Smoke a cigar, just looks like a dick in my mouth. Not a man.
Not a man.
Or maybe too much of a man. I don't know. It's just not fair.
Yeah, life's like that.
Yeah, it's an adventure. Either way, though.
Life is a highway.
I'll grow pubes all over my face. So that's the thing. Man, that pizza got here right in time. Yeah, I want to keep doing, or I want to do the show earlier in the day, but the way it turns out, and Friday's kind of like the only time I can get my friends together and jam because we all work stupid adult schedules. It's like I feel like this show is never going to be early in the morning because I just can't wake up that early, especially it's like one of the few days I can sleep in. So it's like I take full advantage of that. So this might just be the late night in the house show. In the house.
Late nights.
And if you don't know what in the house is, maybe next time on episode 3, I mean, you could go to the YouTube channel I have, B-COLESLAW, and find it on there. But I'll try to put it on the next time we stream so you guys could see it. But I think that's what we'll start calling the show, In the House.
It's a classic.
And the story behind it is just as good, if you ask
yes,
me.
it is. Oh, that's a great story.
I mean, it's in the description of the actual video, but if you don't want to take the time to watch it and just wait till we play it on here, like, that's fine.
What great inspiration that was.
Yeah, I got so much to talk about at that house, man. So much to bring up and talk about. It'll be a good time. But let's see how long we've been doing this. An hour and 3 minutes. That's not bad. It's not bad for a couple of Joe Schmoes.
It doesn't feel like last week felt so much longer. I swear we were doing this for 3 hours last week at the hour and a half mark. But I was feeling kind of sluggish too. In the show's defense,
hey,
today
man, we ate a bunch of wings and saw a movie, and it's relax time usually.
That was a good
time.
Friday, yeah.
It was good and interesting for sure.
But yeah, now this week it's just breezing by.
Man, I need to get some of my other dudes up on this show. I wonder if Jackass downstairs wouldn't be passed out in his pizza. If he'd come up here, it'd be a good time.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of good back and forth with that guy.
He would hopefully make the show more interesting.
I mean, I know it would be. It's just getting him to actually do it and be part of it. And
I know, and Sam, where's Sam at?
I don't know.
He was excited about that too, I thought.
He's going through some stuff with his cats. One of his cats had this sore, so it had to wear a onesie for a while. And he thought it was good and passed it. Like, the cat wouldn't fuck with it anymore. But then, like, the time he took it off, the cat just licked its sore again. So he put the onesie back on. And then the other cat just had, like, a growth. So they had to get it, like, cut off and removed and got some dental work. So that cat has to wear a onesie. And I guess he got back from work today to find that the cat that licked itself raw again had stretched or pulled the onesie down, but to the bottom half where his legs were, and couldn't get it past his legs and tail. And it was almost like it was too tight. He said he almost had to like cut it off, but like he was afraid because it was so tight. So who knows if the cat was even like walking around for hours or not, just only using its front 2 legs. But yeah, his wife is out doing some stuff or working or something, so he kind of has to like babysit these cats now. So I'm pretty sure that's why he wasn't able to make it today. But I bet you. That
sounds equally adorable as it sounds upsetting. Like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sucks because, your cats are in pain and they're hurting themselves and they don't know they're doing it and they don't know it's bad. But it is adorable seeing those cats in onesies. It's pretty funny. I mean, I myself have about 7, 8, 9 onesies, but...
Yeah, the onesies are great.
Cats don't wear clothes. They're not people. They want to be people.
I have a cat onesie.
Yeah?
That's one of my favorites. It's the warmest one.
I think my favorite is the Grinch because it has pockets.
That's definitely in my top 3, the pocket one.
Yeah, all those other onesies, they fucked up because those pockets are so vital.
I know. I just want to find somebody who can sew pockets into my onesies.
I mean, I know. Shannon could probably do that stuff for you.
Spend the rest. Shannon?
Well, I mean, maybe not for you, but if I asked her, if I'm like, hey, these are my onesies, can you maybe put some pockets in them?
Yeah, I screwed up with Shannon.
But, I mean, how am I supposed to go to Walmart and just have my phone and my wallet in my hand? No, it's like I want them in my pockets. And
I put it in the hood.
That's actually not a bad idea, but then you bump into a guy, for all you know, like, he probably just stole your wallet and stuff.
Yeah, I've been there in Tijuana.
But yeah, I go to Walmart. I go anywhere in onesies. I go out to eat in onesies. I don't care. My motto is I want to be, you get one life, and I try to live it exactly how I want, do what I want when I want. And one of the main things I enjoy about living this way is that I choose to be comfortable everywhere I go, and I don't care what people think. Like, I don't care what I look like when I go out. As long as I'm comfortable, like, fuck all you and your opinions. Everybody's got them. None of them mean anything. But I'm comfortable and feeling great loving life, so you can go on hating and wasting that energy. But, dude, onesies are one of the best things ever made, especially in the cold. Like, you get home from work, take a shower, just put one of those on. You're good. You're good to go.
Oh, yeah.
You need to run outside for something, you don't need to put a hoodie on. You're good to go. Just run out, go in the snow really quick, grab your thing, come back in. Just so nice.
Yeah, I don't go out in public too much with them. I mean, I'll go out in the front of the house. But
you just get the mail? Yeah,
to get the mail or get something out of the car. But I don't really go out with them. I feel more comfortable in clothes in public. I mean,
I'm clothed. I'm just looking like a giant man baby.
Yeah, no. I don't care what other people think, but I just don't feel comfortable with it. I feel like I'm in my birthday suit out in public. I
don't care about being naked, bro. We've all seen penises and breastises.
Sure, no, I fully understand that.
And you're not actually naked, so it's
I get it. I'm just comparing the two. It's like when I'm out in public and I'm in a... I think I have actually worn them out in public, to be honest.
See, I think I feel like you do about onesies when I don't have my phone on me. Like, I feel very just vulnerable, and like, if anything happens, what do I do? It's like we forget that we lived in a time and age where it's like, if you want to call someone, you go to a payphone or you go home, maybe into a business if you're lucky and they let you use their phone. But it's just like anymore, you go out without your phone. It's like, oh, but what if I get to crash? Or what if someone robs me? Or what if? It's just like, none of those things are going to happen.
I think if somebody, no, they aren't. But if somebody robbed you, I think your phone's the first thing they're going to take.
Yeah, but
give me the phone. No, give me the phone.
Anymore, it's just like if it's locked and you can't get into it, you call your company from another phone or whatever, and just like, boom, hit a button and it's never working again. Or they could track it and find these people, and boom, But it's like, I just feel so vulnerable without my phone these days, and it's such a weird thing.
No, it's true. I feel the same way. I don't feel the same way without my phone as I do with a onesie in public. I'm trying to think of a time that I've done it. I know I have gone out with it to like Walmart or something, and just, I don't know. It didn't feel terrible, but it wasn't like, I prefer wearing sweatpants and a baseball tee. Like, I love my baseball tees.
It's just funny. My dad, we were going out to eat, and I was trying to get my sister in on it because my dad, he knows I wear onesies. And I on my last birthday, I made my sister wear a matching onesie with me. I have pictures online of this, I'm pretty sure. But we get to his house. He's like, "You're just a jackass. Like, put some clothes on. We're going out to eat for your birthday." And I made sure I had no clothes on underneath that. And I'm like, "What do you want me to wear? I ain't got nothing, just this onesie." And he just despised it, hated it. We stayed in. It was hilarious. But it's like we're going to meet my dad and his wife to eat some food. And I took my sister with me, and I had my onesie in the car. And I was like, "Look, you need to go into the restaurant and tell them I'll be right there. Tell them I'm on a phone call or something. And I'm going to put this onesie on and just walk in and just sit down with you guys. And then he's going to be forced to be with me in public in this onesie." But then, I was alone. My sister was inside. I was just laughing hysterically, getting ready to do this. I was like, "God damn it. I just can't go through with it." I just started feeling all bad and just guilty and just like, I shouldn't do this. But you better believe I'm doing that next time. Like, I was in there just regretting not doing it the whole time. It was the perfect setup. He couldn't escape. It would have been perfect. Like, I think his back was messed up, so he would rather probably still sit down and eat than just leave at that moment. So it's like,
You should have done it halfway through the meal.
It's because I kind of told him about it. I was like, "Oh, you lucky SOB. I had my Grinch onesie in the car, I had my shoes off. I was just putting it on, and then I started feeling bad because I didn't want you to be embarrassed. Next time." It'll be good. It'll be good. And I'll walk in and I'll make a big spectacle, too. Like, "Look at me! Hey, Dad! Hey, Dad! I'm coming over!" It'll be good. I look forward to that day. And guess what? My birthday's right around the corner.
I can just see...
I'll know if you watch this show or not, Dad, from this segment right here.
I can just see Gary blushing as we speak. Just see it just bright red.
He's very old-fashioned and... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that would be great. Like, my aunt, I love her to death. She would love all that. She'd sit there and just laugh it up. Gary, I love her. But it'll be a good time. Maybe I will do it on my birthday. I think we might be going to Red Lobster or something like that. We usually do it for my birthday every year. But
it'll be your gift to yourself.
But it'd be great, too, if I could get my other sister to wear a onesie as well. Just the same matching one like we did last year. And see, I'm one of those guys. It's like I'll go all out. It's like your birthday is your day. It's your special day. You get one a year. So if you have some crazy requests, I'll do it. Like, you want to do this, or you want me to wear a dress and go out? Fine, I'll do it. It's your birthday. Whatever. You want to do whatever? Cool. It's your birthday. Let's do it. But it's only that day will I just give my all. So it's I feel the same way back. It's just hey, it's my birthday, Lauren. You got to wear a onesie and go out to eat with me. It's my birthday. It's happening. We're doing it. Lauren, I'll know if you watched from this segment right here. Shit.
Why not Kristen and Lauren?
Well, there's a weird dynamic with the whole family, and they split up a long time ago, and there's been, even me with my dad, I had some shit I had to work out, and eventually we got back together, and, I'm part of his life again. But, we all had to kind of work our way back through our bullshit and apologize to each other and whatever. And she just has not gotten to that yet with all that. So, unfortunately, that can't be a thing. As much as I would like to, because it's look, you got one family, whether you like it or not, and my parents are getting older. They don't have much time left. So it's do you really... It's just forget it. Everything that happened was in the past. It really doesn't matter. It's not relevant anymore. It's just let's just all hang out and see each other before time's up. And we all have regrets except you, because now you're dead.
Yeah, right. No, I was having similar issues. I didn't talk to my dad for a while there. Yeah. And... yeah, it got to a point where it was my dad might die, so I better go just talk to him. Yeah. I didn't have to apologize or anything. I just kind of walked in and it was me and my dad are very close, so it was just right. We didn't skip a beat. Yeah. It was it never happened. And, I'm actually really glad that I did go, because I've had some really good times with my pops.
Sure.
Go see him every weekend now. Except for this coming weekend, they were not doing the dinner this weekend,
but yeah, most of the things that were issues back then really these days don't hold up, and it's just Just like, what are you really holding on to that's that bad? And even if you don't want it part of your life, like even just seeing these people for a little bit and then going your separate ways, going home or whatever, it's like, I mean, just holding on to that shit really isn't worth it. But it's hard to understand, when you're in it and feeling it, and just. But ultimately, man, you got one life, people, and you got your parents and whatever beefs you may have with them. Like, I promise you, it's not worth hating on them for it, whatever. Just
you gotta forgive and forget.
Yeah, just forgive them and try to make things better and learn from your mistakes and kind of just move on and just enjoy each other's company, because you will, even if you're mad at them, you will miss something of it and you'll have some sort of regrets.
You never know.
You don't want those.
Yeah, you never know. So you just gotta.
I haven't had regrets until recently in my life. My grandma on my dad's side had died. And I haven't talked to my grandma on my mom's side because back when I was homeless, me and my friend went to her house. It was Christmas time and hadn't eaten for days. And me and my friend got there, and we scarfed down so much food so quick. And then we kind of passed out because we don't really sleep. We're living in the woods. We sleep when we can and when we have the opportunity. And as I was just, like, passing out on the couch in front of my whole family, she's just like, oh, look at them. They're probably on drugs and heroin and blah, 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 which we weren't. We were just on no sleep and haven't eaten forever. And we finally got to eat, and we're in a warm place that's not snowing on us or wet, and we just pass out. So I hated her for that. Like, I left and flipped out in front of her, and I just hated her. And when I was at my grandma's funeral on my dad's side, someone put their hand on my shoulder, and I turned around, and it was her. And she looked at me, and she's like, I don't know what I did, to make you like this towards me, but I am so sorry. And she gave me a hug, and I didn't know what to do, and I kind of, like, backed away, and I didn't say anything, just turned around and walked away. And a couple days later, I've been reflecting on it because it kind of messed me up in my head, and I was just really thinking about it, like, what, I was homeless, she didn't know what was going on, and just, we were all in different places, and I was going to call her up, and, I hadn't talked to her for years, and I was so negative towards her for years, and I was going to call her up, and I found out she had died, and that shit haunts me to this day that I couldn't just, like, apologize and, have her in my life, because she was a great grandma up until, that moment happened, I thought, and made it a big thing, and ultimately it was just a misunderstanding, and it could have been avoided, and she could have been part of my life, or whatever. But
let that be a lesson to you guys.
It's just a huge regret, and you don't know how much that stuff really will fuck with you until that shit happens, and you don't want to live with stuff like that, man, because you can't go back. It's like those video games where you get 3 lives to beat the whole game, or else it's just done. That's it. But there's no start over.
There's no reset.
Yeah, there's no start over. So.
No, and talking about that with you was really, like, it made a huge impact on me when I, like, made amends with my father, and was, I saw him in that hospital bed, and I was like, man, I don't even know what the last, like, 2 years was about. Like,
right.
We were talking about Bernie Sanders or some crap, and it was like, why did I just missed 2 years of my dad's life for some stupid crap like that?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got to reach out to him and work it out, man. And I'm glad you don't have to wonder about that, what could have been, and just enjoy what time you can with people while you can. The bullshit's just never worth the fights.
Absolutely.
Regrets are a motherfucker. Stay away from them at all costs. No matter what, you think you might be able to get through, and that shit will haunt you, and just at the weirdest times will bring up just, I was at the hospital, my grandma was a nurse, and they had the soap that my grandma used when I washed my hands. It just made me think of all that again. Just like, fuck, I am such a piece of shit.
You're being hard on yourself.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time,
happens.
When I break it down in my head, it's just like it was over, just a misunderstanding.
I'm sure, there were more good times than bad times.
Oh, absolutely.
So.
When my parents, told us the news that they were splitting up, ran out my window and ran to her house, and she was there for me. I mean, she was a great grandma, and it was just stupid. It just not worth it. And the aftermath is even more not worth it. And I don't wish that kind of shit on anybody except 2 people. 2 people in this universe that I just can't let go of some of that hate. But it's well deserved, I promise. But
I think I know one of the people you're talking about.
I think you might know 24/7. And there's this other dude that had dreads.
Oh yeah, no,
I will not mention his name.
I never met that guy, but I fully understand that. Yeah, that
dude,
guy can go.
I seen that dude and his neo-Nazi friends because I unfortunately was living with this person. I've never seen someone get jumped before. I've never been in a fight. Yeah, but when I peered out of my kitchen window when I heard a scuffle and looked down, because this kitchen was higher up than the regular level ground, I'm looking down. And this dude is getting his head kicked, and it's bouncing off the concrete blocks of, what would be the lower floor and basement. And as soon as it came off, someone else would kick this kid into it. And, I almost started crying, seeing this kid just get jumped. And, he came in the house, and I didn't know that a head could really look like that without special effects. But he had, bumps and things just all over. And I just wanted to, just hurt all these people that jumped this kid. And he just walked through the house going, I don't even know what I did. Just out of his mind, doesn't even know what's happening. And then I see this guy oh, this guy's fighting. And you just see all his neo-Nazi friends and him just leave. There's 15 of them. They get in the car and they leave. They go to a mall and just jump this dude. And then they follow him to his house and run in his, just did terrible shit. So I was trying to move out the one day. And this dude, I paid him rent and everything. He pulls out a shotgun what are you doing with your stuff? I'm I'm moving out. He's you ain't taking anything. And it's normally people threaten you and it's just whatever, dude, what are you going to do? But after seeing this dude and his friends just fuck these people up, it's just I wouldn't doubt that maybe not him, but his friends would really, I don't know, do something. So, he has my baby blanket and all sorts of things and just... Yeah, I got some hate.
What a strange thing to hold somebody at gunpoint for.
Yeah.
It's
I paid you rent. I don't owe you shit. Here. No, you owe me more rent. It's for what? For leaving? Go fuck yourself. But yeah, so that guy, he's got a special place in my heart of darkness. My darkness.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the most cowardly things you can do is gang up on somebody.
Well, when I was working at the haunted houses, I noticed that one of his friends that was at that house when they jumped that dude was working at the fairgrounds, and he saw me. And I knew that's when this other person was just hey, I'll give you $50, anyone that beats this dude, blah, 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 catches him, whatever. And I see this dude rolling by, so, I'm working at the haunted house trying to do my job. It's looking over my shoulder now. It's just it's I didn't even do anything. I'm just trying to get away from your crazy ass, and you just, Yeah, so that guy. Fuck you.
I've never met him, but I'm right there with you from what I hear.
Yeah. Those kind of people are just, they don't need to be on the planet, honestly. Just, I don't know. I don't know how you could do that to people like that. It's just, like I said, I didn't know anything could happen like that to a person's face outside of a cartoon. It was so crazy.
It takes all kinds, man.
But I wouldn't mind hitting that dude. Allegedly with a car. Allegedly hit that dude with a car.
Allegedly.
Have some evil. I'm not an evil guy. I'm not. And usually I let 100% of things go. But, man, the thoughts and terribleness I've had towards that dude, I didn't know I was capable of such
I have
thoughts.
heard many times.
Yeah. And my close friends know my plan. But I'm not evil enough to do anything about it. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to say you'll do it, but I don't know. If you ever saw that guy again, I wouldn't put it past you to do it because that's just.
I oddly enough saw him when I was at George's Kitchen. I was sitting down eating with my sister, and he walked in with his buddies, and we made eye contact. And I just grabbed my knife just in case, because I know what this dude's capable of. I could see him flipping
knife?
out. Just the knife that was on my table. It was a butter knife. But yeah, I grabbed it up. Grabbed it up, just he's with some of his friends, and a lot of them have guns and stuff. And it's just I'm here with my sister. And I don't want to freak her out. But I was Lauren, just in case you might have, when I say get down, you might have to get down. I don't know But luckily, he just went to his table and he just kept eyeing me. Like, you'd see him lean over and eyeing me. And I'm just sitting here like, just don't do stuff with my sister here. Like, because I will really, it's already personal, but that's next level. I'll turn Super Saiyan on you and it'll be bad.
That guy's a creep. Can't believe that.
Well,
how you just like, I don't know, man. You just keep somebody else's shit. And from what you told me, it's not like, it's like sentimental stuff, not even
like a lot of my computers and my bed, all my dressers. Like, and this is the dressers I grew up with as a kid that I just kind of had from move after move after move. He let people like fuck on my couches, and I wouldn't know about it. I'd come home and sit down and feel something, and I pull it up from the cushion. It was just like a used condom. Like, oh! And I'd ask him about it. I was like, yeah, let people fuck on your couch. And I was like, hey, thanks, man. You asshole. And then, like, there's this other dude. This guy had this crazy jar, and he was, like, pulling some weed out of it. And I was like, hey, man, I have that same jar. He's like, no, man, this is your jar. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, Fred let me borrow it last week. I was like, yeah, I was wondering where the fuck that was. What do you mean he let you borrow it? Yeah, you didn't ask me about it. Oh, man, I might have said his name, didn't I?
Yeah.
Well, allegedly, that person. Fuck. Too bad he's alive, but I don't have one of those delays and a button. It looks like I'm going to have to look into that.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you just get caught up in these stories sometimes, and whoops, slip and slide happens out your face hole.
Yeah,
well, maybe we don't have a lot of people watching these yet.
Yeah,
I might be all right. I might be all right.
We'll be fine.
Right.
It's not like he's your Facebook friend. Or
oh, definitely not. But I think I
following
might
you.
be friends with people that are friends with him still, which blows my mind that he even has friends.
Yeah, he sounds like a real piece of work, man.
Dude, the house we were living in, apparently, everybody eventually moved out, and it was just him, and he wasn't paying the bills, so he didn't have running water. He didn't have electricity. He's still shitting and pissing in there, and just... So I heard the house eventually got condemned. So I think they might have taken him to court or tried to, whatever, got him out there, but the house is just... And the one person that I know that was friends with him said that one time he got in the car and he was just smelling so bad, like gag-worthy, and then like he gets out, whatever. She said that smell was in her car for weeks.
It's like an episode of Seinfeld.
Like weeks. I was like, man, that's such... She's like, yeah, not air fresheners just made it worse. It was just like cherry, disgusting smell. Like, yeah, that's really bad when a person can sit in your... And she's like, yeah, it was like a 20-minute drive. And then it's and then after we hung out for a while, and then I was like, well, didn't that get on your couch and all that stuff? She's like, I made him shower in my house, and made him wear some clothes of mine while he was there, and then I made him put his shit back on before he went home. It's like, yeah, that's gross. Why do you talk to this person?
That would be one of the smells that I could smell.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, I hate my nose.
Yeah, it's such a weird nasal you got going on.
Oh, boy. Here, smell this sea breeze candle. No. Here, smell this fucking
smell
asshole.
40-day-old non-washed cock and balls through pants that haven't been washed and worn 40 times in a row.
Yeah, I can smell it. Oh, God.
With his boxer briefs he's been wearing the same amount of time with dried up semen in it. That's terrible. All right. Well, I am out of pop, and I think that'll be it for today.
Yeah, I could use
We'll end it. It's been about an hour and a half, so we did our due diligence of hopefully entertaining you for a little bit.
Hopefully you enjoyed our shenanigans.
But yes, as always, you could always comment, join in on our conversation, reach out.
We would appreciate it.
Gonna try to do a giveaway the 4th episode. You're gonna have to get involved, but we'll talk about that on episode 3 next Friday.
Episode 3.
And I'll still be in this house at that point, but countdown for May move out.
Attack of the Clones.
But just want to say you guys have a good night, and thanks for tuning in if you did. If not, whatever. And we'll see you next time.
Peace.
See you on the flip side.